This time on the Virtual Boys, we wonder how we can be the very best, like no one ever was. It's Thursday, July 7th. I'm David, and I'm accompanied today with Jordan, James, and Skylar. But I wanted to add in a few notes before we actually all start talking together. You see, what follows is a special clip from a segment that we recorded earlier today. We figured, you know what, we should probably get our discussion about Pokémon Go out sooner than we should have. We spent most of the time talking about Paper Mario, so you can look forward to that episode. But anyway, we figured it would be important for you to hear about Pokemon Go since it's becoming so big and so important now that it's been officially released in the US. So, I want to talk for a minute about what Pokemon Go is. Pokemon Go is a smartphone app. It's built for Android and iOS that has officially been released across all of the US and Australia and Japan. It's a game that lets you basically live the Pokemon world in the real world. You get to create your character and go out and explore the real world streets of your own neighborhood or cities that you live nearby. It's an augmented reality game, so as you get closer to the Pokemon, you pull out your phone and the camera will show where the Pokemon is right in front of you. You get the chance to capture it and then train it up. There are different locations throughout the entire world, well, at least the regions where the game is released, where you can go to gyms and battle, and you can stop by Pokestops in order to get items and get some help with your quest. There are 3 different teams within the game. There's the blue team, the red team, and the yellow team. You get to choose which one you join as soon as you are level 5, and you're able to defend gyms and keep, your turf on your ground. It's really, really fun to play because it brings that wonderness that is Pokemon into the real world. You see, you get on your feet to step outside and catch Pokemon. You thought that Nintendo was good enough to get you walking with the old Pokewalker with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but this is way more involved because it actually contains Pokemon that you can catch. The Pokemon that you can catch are available from the original 151, which is ideal for nostalgic players that the game is aimed for. Millennials that have smartphones. It uses your real-world location in order to find where different Pokemon are. I mean, you can look through suburbs and find Rattata. In the water, there are water-type Pokemon, and all of this wonderful stuff. You level up as a trainer to be able to get new things and be able to explore more. You get to fight in gyms, as I said earlier, and all this wonderful stuff. To start the game, all you have to do is choose a username and customize your trainer, whether you choose the female style or the male style and your different outfits. As you go, you get to add to your Pokédex. There are 150 or 151 Pokemon to catch, and they're all available to catch. You just have to go out and explore. The game has definitely led to a new rise in some sort of activity increase in millennials and other people that normally don't walk out and do things because this game encourages exploration and finding things. So it's just a wonderful new idea that definitely brings the best parts of Pokemon into the real world. Now, I'm going to turn the time over to the rest of us to have our discussion about Pokemon Go since it came out. I hope you enjoy, and here it is. So, Pokemon Go released last night, technically.
I thought it was earlier
I
than
don't know.
that.
Well,
6 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock here in Utah. And apparently it's not out in the rest of the United States yet. They're slowly rolling it out?
Yeah, it's a slow rollout through different areas.
Yeah,
I've had it for months, so...
Yeah, but you had the beta.
Yeah, I was a beta tester. I wasn't allowed to talk about it.
Now you can.
Now I can.
It's out now.
The game's boring.
Yeah, it's going to be like one of those Miitomo things where people play it for 1 or 2 days, maybe.
Yeah.
I
totally agree.
Trash it.
Totally agree.
it takes up a lot of memory.
The Darwin, there's a police department somewhere that made a public statement saying, yes, we know our police department is a Pokestop, but you don't have to actually enter into the building to collect your Pokeballs.
That was in Australia, yeah.
That's freaking great.
It's like,
why are so many people walking in here? Pokemon!
All with their phones up, like, wearing their caps backwards.
Right behind the LDS temple, the Mormon temple over here in DC. Like, it's literally, I can see it out my window. And it's a Pokemon center. Not a Pokemon center, it's a gym.
Yeah?
Oh.
I've noticed, so we
Pokemon
live in
stops,
Utah.
too.
And it's awkward for me because I'm not Mormon.
Right.
Every single Mormon church building is the gym.
No way.
Like,
How does that work?
And so,
trained.
while I was beta testing, there wasn't a lot of stuff to like go for while beta testing. And I was like, all right, well, I have to like test out this Pokemon gym. So I just like walked up to the front of this building and just like was spinning around in circles trying to catch Pokemon, trying to fight things, and everyone was just like staring at me like some sort of idiot. And I was allowed to tell them what I was doing because I wasn't allowed to tell people that I was beta testing for Pokemon Go. And they were like, "Are you okay? Do we need to help you?" Or
are you a visitor? Do you want to learn more about Jesus?
I was like, "No, I don't want anything to do with this place." And like, why are you here then?
Pokemon!
And the reason why
Secret!
It's a secret to everybody.
Squirtle!
The studio that made Pokemon Go, they made an AR game before this. I forgot what it's named.
Face Raiders.
No, it's not Face Raiders.
Oh.
But it's a popular
It's an
AR game. And part of that game was if you got high enough level, you got to choose like points of interests.
And so
that's just what they used for the Pokemon Go stuff. Those points of interest
Oh, well, okay. There you go.
that the other game created. And I guess in Utah, it was just popular among the Mormon crowd, and so they stuck it in all sorts of areas that I really can't access to.
Yeah. So that's Pokemon Go. I literally caught a Charmander last night while sitting on the toilet, and that's it.
Charmander, my bathroom! Oh!
See, I've never gotten any Pokemon in my house. I don't know. I haven't.
Well, it was my first
when you start
one.
off-
I haven't
Right,
played
we start
it
off-
since it released. I've only been playing it with the beta, and it was empty.
Why start a Charmander in my bathroom?
Well, you know, I think it's... you gotta, like, move for it. Unless you use incense, which, like, makes Pokemon come to you. That's how I got some of the Pokemon I have now. I've even found a Venonat.
Oh,
but,
Wow.
but, you know, it's like... You have to go outside. It's like... when I go outside, I'm either in a car or I'm running.
yeah.
I'm just not taking a stroll.
There's gonna be a bunch of people just wandering aimlessly around the city.
Oh no, they already are.
It's like, Big Joe!
It's gonna die
Big Joe,
down.
where are you? Big Joe! It tells me there's
I want
one
a
around
Jigglypuff.
here.
Last night I was in my bed and I was just like looking, and there's like a Jigglypuff. Like, there's a Jigglypuff outside my house.
Okay,
I'm in
so
my bed.
I
Fall out your
understand it's an AR game, but why couldn't they actually like put a real gameplay mode for catching Pokemon in it?
Instead of just pressing the circle and flicking it.
and flicking it, like make it an RPG.
Well, you can spin. You can spin. Pokeball.
And then the Pokemon like moves, and so you just have to like go around.
It's like,
It's okay.
where are you going?
I
Where are
don't
you
know.
going? Come back!
The best thing I caught was an Electabuzz, and
My favorite story though.
Cool.
My favorite story that I've read online so far is the guy got it and he's like, it's 2 a.m. outside. And he was texting his friend or something, and his friend's like, yeah, so there's a Pikachu out in the forest behind my house and it's 2 a.m. Dude, don't go out. Don't go out. Too late. I'm already outside. I think I'm gonna die or something like. Well, in the forest behind his house.
so when I was beta testing, I actually almost did that. There's the river bottoms right next to my house.
Yeah.
I was like, I was looking at the map, and you could see all these dots along the river. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go out. It's like 2 a.m. Oh wait, a lot of homeless people live out there in that area.
Dude, that guy's got a cell phone.
Get him! He's got money.
No, they're probably like, "Oh man, you playing Pokemon Go?"
I got mine too.
So we'll have to wait and see as time goes by how we feel about.
There's a
this game.
Snorlax in my bed.
I really hope that they
I'm
decide
being
to-
crushed.
Help me.
I just want to find the Charizard that's swimming in a river so I can take a picture of it.
Just
I don't think you'll ever find
And then,
a Charizard
and then I'll be
in the
done.
wild.
Or a Charmander.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Just some fire type chilling out in
Well,
like
I
a
mean-
pool or something.
David found one in his bathroom. I'm sure you can find it. It's like,
Well, I
it's
mean,
Charmander
like,
taking
you
a
start,
shower.
You start off the game and you get your one of the starters. So wherever you start the game in, so
which
I guess
sucks because it's random.
In the beta, I didn't get a starter.
they didn't get
It bugged out.
I have Bulbasaur.
Yeah, Bulbasaur.
I got Charmander.
I got the
I caught the starter. It
Squirtle.
froze. So I caught my starter. I think I chose Squirtle. It froze the game when I caught it. I had to reboot the program, and I no longer had my starter.
Hacks.
It doesn't matter. All my information, all my data was deleted when the release came out anyway.
Yeah.
Pokemans Go.
So
That's Pokemon.
what I want to see is them put the next gen into it at one point.
Well, there are like 250 Pokemon or something like that, is what I saw.
Is there? I've
Or maybe that's like how many
There's only
slots I can
150.
have.
It's only first gen.
yeah. There's only
That
first
must be
gen.
crazy.
So
Good luck getting Mew.
He's gonna be wandering around.
You gotta push a truck somewhere
you have
near
to
a beach.
you have to take
I
your
know.
phone into
Push the
outer
truck.
space.
I know in the development forums they were talking about adding shinies next.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Time to shiny hunt!
It's like
In
we
real
have a 1 in
life.
8,000 chance of finding this shiny.
I gotta find it.
I gotta be the very best.
So I think we'll see shinies before we see Gen 2.
Okay.
Shinies would be easier
Which
anyway.
makes sense. I mean, having that many Pokemon is rough, but at the same time, I fear that I'll run into too many of the same kind of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that does it for Pokemon Go. We haven't played enough of it, I guess.
I did.
You did.
I probably won't pick it up.
Yeah, I've got it. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't have storage on my phone.
Our servers are experiencing issues. Please come back later.
That's what the beta test was for. Good job. I don't know.
Open the
It feels
servers.
really sloppy.
Stop having them.
It was
be
working this
closed.
morning, but
It was working, I promise. I'm just kidding.
So. And that does it for this week's Minisode of the Virtual Boys podcast. We sure appreciate you listening to us. Don't forget to check out our website at virtualboys.xyz. You can find links to our Facebook, Twitter, and everything else there and in the description. And thanks so much for watching again. Goodbye.